Very good morning, students. Welcome back to Biology General class. We are discussing about the characteristic features of a protist. Under protist, in last part we have discussed some of the characteristic features. Now we would like to continue the remaining characteristic features that are usually found in protist group of organisms. Now let us see the locomotion. How they usually moves from one place to another place. Means what are the organelles are found in the protist group of organisms that allows them to move from one place to another place, that is from one point to another point. So locomotion, it is carried out by flagellum. What is that? The locomotor organelle is flagellum. This is also we have found in case of Monera, some case of bacteria. The flagellum also used for the locomotion in Monera group also. The same thing, the flagellum is also essential in the locomotion of a protist group of organisms. And the flagellated organelles used in, like example, Euglena, Trypanosoma. So, for example, if we take this is a Euglena with consisting of one long structure, and this long structure generally we can call as flagellum, that it helps them to move from one place to another place. Understand? That is what locomotion. And they are also using some different types of structures like cilia. So if you observe, this is the paramecium, where the paramecium body is surrounded by small hair-like structures, very minute structures, which are called as cilia. What do we call as cilia? And these cilia helps them to move from one place to another place. So ciliated body it is. So where this cilia is found, example in paramecium. Paramecium, its body is surrounded by small hair-like structures. What do we call as cilia? And these cilia allows them to move from one place to another place. Understand? That is what in case of paramecium, we can see that cilia allows them to move from one place to another place. Understand? So this is the word locomotion. Now let us see next important characteristic feature is the reproduction. So reproduction, as already we know that what is reproduction, the ability to produce or the capacity to produce their young one. And what do we call it as a reproduction? This reproduction can be followed by either sexual mode of reproduction. Under reproduction they follow sexual reproduction as well as asexual reproduction. They used to follow both the methods for reproduction. So under sexual mode of reproduction, as we know that during sexual reproduction it requires two organisms. One is male and another one is female. So from these organisms some reproductive cells are produced, and these reproductive cells are called as gametes. What do we can call them? Gametes. So under sexual reproduction, gametes are produced. These gametes are fused, means they were joined together to produce zygote. So during sexual mode of reproduction, what is happening here? The gametes are produced from the male and female body, and these gamete cells are male and female cells which are produced. They combine together to form a single cell structure. What do we call as zygote? About this, all the process we will learn in higher studies. And under asexual mode of reproduction, they can follow the producing of spores. Spores. Spores are the unicellular reproductive bodies which are produced by the organisms. Understand? These spores also one of the process where helps in the reproduction of new organisms. And also they follow the fission. Fission, already we know that fission means what? Splitting or dividing single organism into two or more in number, and what we call as fission. Under fission we can see that amoeba is following. Amoeba follows the fission, and also the malaria parasite Plasmodium, that is also follows the mode of fission in production of new organisms. So these are the general characteristic features of a protist group. Now let us see the types of protist. There are different types of protist group are there, and what are the examples? Types. So what are the types of protists are? Chrysophytes. Example like diatoms. Next, dinoflagellates. Example, dinoflagellum. Example is dinoflagellate. And next, another type is euglenoid. Example is euglena. Next, slime moths. Next, another type is protozoans. And examples of protozoans is amoeba, trypanosoma, and Plasmodium. These are the various types of protist group. So chrysophytes, diatoms are the example, and these are the photosynthetic which are producing majority of oxygen is produced by the chrysophytes, and these are marine. Understand? And dinoflagellates, which are example like dinoflagellates, and next euglenoids, euglena, slime molds. Next to protozoans, example amoeba, trypanosoma, and Plasmodium. These are the different types of protist group where they follows the all the general characteristic feature. And what will be the difference? That is either photosynthetic or heterotrophic in nature. The protozoans are the heterotrophs. The chrysophytes are the autotrophs. The next euglenoids also autotrophs. Euglena, photosynthetic. Diatoms, that is planktons, photosynthetic. And protozoans like these are the parasitic, trypanosoma, Plasmodium. Understand? These are the different types of protists where they follows all the general characteristic feature, but they have some special characteristic that you will learn in higher studies. This is about the protist taxon.